Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showcasing my 55-gallon Nebraska native stream aquarium. Here is my 55-gallon Nebraska native stream aquarium. I know it's been a while since I posted. There's going to be a couple of videos coming out in the next couple of weeks, but it's been a while. I've just been busy, school and work and all sorts of different things, but I still have this tank and it's doing really well. I'll feed it in this video and just go over all the species, starting with the fan favorite orange throat darter. There are, I believe, 8 orange throat darters in here, 3 males, 5 females. There's the nicest male. These guys have been in here for almost 3 years now, and they share their bottom niche with the Johnny Darters in here. There's 2 Johnny Darters. I think it's a male-female pair. This is what I believe is the female, and I think this is the male, just based off of size, coloration, and whatnot. I'm not entirely sure about that, but and yeah, these guys do really well. They actually coexist with the shiners pretty well. I have to feed them pretty heavily so that they can get food down to them, but they do well. And along with the bottom niche, there's also the silver chub, which is my favorite fish in this tank. This is a younger silver chub, only about a year and a half, a year old. I've had it for about a year now, I believe. And it's doing really well. I've never seen these in captivity before, so it's pretty cool that I kind of figured them out and got them going. I'll do a species spotlight on them soon. The main and most flashy fish in here are the red shiners, and there's a bunch of males. I just put in some younger, what I hope will end up being females. I think they're too young now, but I picked out ones that were more drab and had more female-like colorations on them, and that's why this bull is in here, so that hopefully the red shiners will breed over it, which I've seen a couple of times, but my ratio male to female is a little off. There's a lot more males than there are females, so that's why I put the little guys in here. And then the last fish is the 2 younger orange spotted sunfish. These guys have been in here, I think, the longest out of anything, and they're doing really well. A little kinked in the back on this one, but overall really healthy fish. But yeah, that's all the fish inhabitants. There is also one tiny little crayfish in the back there. It's not really going to be easy to see, but it's under the filter. Just a baby viral crayfish, but I'm going to throw some food in and then we'll keep talking about the tank. So this tank right now is getting fed a combination of bloodworms and brine shrimp, with the majority of it being bloodworms. I find that all my native fish love bloodworms a lot more than any other frozen food I give them. And the reason I do frozen foods instead of dry foods is just kind of promotes more natural feeding behaviors, and I think I see a better I see better health of the fish overall with frozen foods. It is a little more expensive, and it goes through the fish's systems pretty quickly, but overall it's easier to get wild caught fish on frozen foods than it is anything dried food related. So that's what I've just done. These orange throats are really nice. This isn't the best coloration I've seen from them, but this is pretty good. I really enjoyed the fact that I got all the niches kind of going in this tank. You know, you got the bottom niche with the darters and the sunfish and the silver chub, and then you got middle to high with the shiners. There used to be some other shiner species in here, but they've come in and out. Red shiners are really the most dominant, and they kind of outcompete any other shiners in this area, so I have to choose more aggressive species if I want to have another shiner species in here. But I kind of feel like this tank's at its carrying capacity with all the fish that are in here. And I really enjoy the colors I get from the red shiners, especially this time of year in late spring to early summer. They get really colored up. Filtration is just 2 sponge filters, and then there is obviously aquatic plants, Vallisneria, and then miscellaneous plant I'm not entirely sure the name of, and then we have this plant over top. I'm also not sure what it's called, but it, you know, they all do the natural filtration. This tank has been set up for a very long time. Had different phases, and this is kind of the one that's set for the longest so far, so pretty successful overall. I kind of hope to maybe do sand shiners, like 2 or 3 sand shiners in the future, but other than that, I don't foresee any huge changes to this tank. With everyone doing so well, it would kind of defeat the purpose with a successful tank like this one. But yeah, besides that, it's very easy to maintenance. You know, clean it every other week. Manage if there's any dead fish, which hasn't happened in a while. I do kind of worry about these orange spots when they're older, because they're getting to, you know, an older age that they're gonna maybe start preying on other things or getting aggressive, like you see there. But this bigger sunfish kind of has this area to itself, and you know, chases things away. He has the bone to hide in, and then the little log piece, and you know, it kind of keeps it to itself right there. And then the littler one is kept at bay from the bigger one, so it all works out. So hopefully it'll continue that way, and I won't have to remove them. But if that ends up being the case, then I'll do that. But yeah, this is my favorite tank I have set up right now. It's just really fun to see all the native fish together. I really enjoy the silver chub. I'll do a species spotlight, like I said. They're really fun, just cool fish, not very commonly kept in the hobby. So I hope to continue growing it. They get a lot bigger than what it's at now. They get about max like a foot long, so that might need an upgrade of a tank too. In the future, I have a 75 I can put it in, but as for right now, it kind of just hanging out in here. I do have a power head on this, magnetically driven power head. It's the Nero 5, I believe. I can just control it on my phone. It's used usually for reefs, but I have it in here. The reason I say magnetically driven is because the other motor driven power heads will sometimes heat up aquariums, and for native fish that's not ideal. So I like the fact that I can have it just going and not worry about water temperature. I don't have any chillers or heaters on this tank. It's all just naturally cooled and heated throughout the season. It's in my bedroom, so it gets a little hot in the summer, but it cools down when it needs to. So that is my 55-gallon Nebraska native stream aquarium. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be posting a lot more in these upcoming weeks, and I apologize for my absence, but it's just been, you know, life's been busy, and we're gonna get back to it and post some really nice content. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.